rebound, the shot put up and in by Carly Black. And Carly Black put Sidney on top 2-0.
She led Sidney yesterday in scoring with 10. Reagan Nesbitt came off the bench and did a real nice job providing a spark late in that second quarter, and she finished with 9. Was their second leading scorer.
Abby Kaminsky on North Platte's first offensive possession at this end of the floor. J.C. Burke picks up her dribble. She bounces Josie Douglas with it. Euling on the hand to Kaminsky. 10 seconds left on the shot clock, and the drive into the paint by Kaminsky. The shot doesn't go. So we've got a whistle and a foul. And that will put Kaminsky at the line. Lily Weiser picks up the foul for the Raiders. And Kaminsky at the free throw line, a 5'8" senior. First one off the mark. She'll get one more. 2-0 here early in this one. In the girls' semifinal game. Kaminsky splits the pair. And the Raiders will come the other way. Quickly up the floor is Kayla Westby. Handoff, Ryan Dillahay. Kara Schrader takes it right side, drives down the lane line. Her shot blocked by Addison Euling. And North Platte will come the other way. Josie Douglas quickly up the floor for the North Platte Bulldogs. Top of the key, J.C. Burks. They work at left side. Kaminsky. 3 ball on the way. That one won't fall for Burke. And the Raiders will come the other way, leading by 1. Dillahay into the front court. Finds Westby. Back to Dillahay in the paint. Dillahay puts up the shot, and she gets into the scorebook.
Yeah, she's a heady player. She got rid of the ball, found the soft spot in the defense just around the foul line. Got it right back. Turn was wide open. Nice bucket.
At the North Platte end, Josie Douglas on the drive. And she draws the foul on Ryan Dillahay. And keep it at the North Platte end. As an offensive foul on the inbounds from the North Platte Bulldogs. And that's on North Platte's Katie Titus. And first on her. Sidney with it, Westby. Finds Dillahay, back to Westby. She looked at the 3, didn't take it. Now Westby to the left side. Has it top of the key. Skip pass. Carly Black with a 3 ball. That won't fall. Rebound tipped around, run down by Kiara Schrader. Look inside to Dillahay. Nothing doing there. She's got it in the paint. She'll finally get it outside. Carly Black for 3. Carly Black with 5 quick points for the Lady Raiders. And a foul as North Platte brings it up the floor. And the foul, it'll be on Carly Black on the Sidney side. Third team foul on the Red Raiders. Kaminsky on the inbound, picked up by Carly Black as she takes the right side. She hands it to Douglas. To Burke. Kaminsky, ball fake, gets a defender up in the air and then looks down low inside for Addison Euling, and that ball's knocked out of bounds. It will stay with North Platte.
Kaminsky scored 34 of their 62 points last night in what turned out to be a 62-46 win over a very young Chadron team without a senior on that Chadron roster.
Quick inbounds, and the shot by Euling doesn't go. There's Titus with the rebound. She's tied up, and the possession arrow will keep it at the North Platte end. Tyson Hammond, the head coach for the North Platte Bulldogs. So North Platte will inbound. Kaminsky tosses out on top. Burke with it. Kaminsky, and the pass to her knocked away by Carly Black. And the ball will stay with North Platte. Here comes the second 5 over the boards for the Sidney Red Raiders. Nesbitt, Christensen in there, along with Ashlyn Weinbender. North Platte. Kaminsky dumps it inside to Titus. Also in the Sidney lineup, Rylan Misigatis, as the ball's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by North Platte.
And Jordan Schnell, that fifth substitute, on the floor now for Sidney.
Schnell has it. They work it to the right side. Back to Rylan Misigatis. High post. Nesbitt, she looks down low. Her pass, but the basket doesn't go, and the ball will stay at the Sidney end.
So Nesbitt played well as the 11th player yesterday. She was number 6 off the bench, not in that opening substitution pattern. It was Taylor Springer, but playing well yesterday. Nesbitt inserted today.
On the inbound play, Zoe Christensen with the layup, and the Raiders are now up by 8. And we've got a timeout on the floor. It'll be a 30-second timeout. So we will keep it right here. A little bit of a slow start, but the Scottsbluff Lady Raiders up by 8 points. And the winner of this one will get the winner of the final game of the night tonight between Scottsbluff and Gering on the girls' side. And that one will tip off, the final girls' game of the night. That will tip off at 6:30. Of course, we'll have TV radio for that one. TV only here for Sidney and North Platte, and also the game following this one on the boys' side between Sidney and Alliance. North Platte with the ball out of the timeout. Full court pressure set up by Sidney. They get it ahead. Josie Douglas with it up the left side. Finds Abby Kaminsky. She'll hand it back to Douglas. They work it to Burke. Phoenix Brown into the North Platte lineup to Douglas. She drives into the paint. Ball stolen away by Nesbitt. Reagan drives down the right lane line. Her layup doesn't go. Brown comes out of there with the rebound. Down court pass. Josie Douglas, as Nesbitt got a hand there, knocked it away, but not before Douglas traveled with the ball. And the turnover will give it back to Sidney.
Phoenix Brown, a 5'8 freshman, the younger sister of Clancy Brown, who starred for North Platte last year. Struggled with injuries that senior year, but Clancy Brown really toughed it out and played through some of those bumps and bruises.
Good ball movement by Sidney, but Reagan Nesbitt wasn't ready for that pass, and North Platte with it, trailing by 8. The weave out front, Douglas with it, into the corner, back to Kaminsky. Starts a drive on Schnell. Ball knocked out of bounds, it'll stay with North Platte. North Platte on the baseline, toss in. Josie Douglas with it in the right corner, drives, dishes down low. Kaminsky puts up the shot, that won't fall. Misigatis comes out of the pack with the ball, races to the other end, and she's fouled as they come up the floor. And the foul on North Platte's J.C. Burke.
Yeah, just a little arm bar from behind with the right arm.
Multiple substitutions in for both teams.
And a 5 for 5 on the Sidney side. Original starting 5 checking back in for Sidney. And two of the officials discussing, I don't know if it was the previous call, they were looking up at the scoreboard. Not quite sure what the discussion by the officials is right here. Second game of the day here from Western Nebraska Community College. As official will go to the scorer's table, and they will put some 3:38 will be put on the clock. That's time left here in this first quarter. Sidney on the inbound. Quickly get it in. Carly Black into the paint. Dumps it down low, nothing doing there. Out to a 3-ball, Kayla Westby. That's too strong. Josie Douglas down with the rebound. As she comes up the court, it's knocked away. It'll stay with the North Platte Bulldogs. Schrader knocking the ball out of bounds. Baseline toss in for North Platte. Here's Kaminsky driving baseline. Carly Black getting hand in there and knock it away. One more time for North Platte with 25 seconds left on the shot clock.
Still in search of their first basket from the floor in this opening quarter.
Out on top, J.C. Fox, who's checked into the North Platte lineup. She's got it. Try to get the pass to Kaminsky. Carly Black got into the passing lane. Dumps it down low. Westby, her layup doesn't go. The offensive rebound, put back once, twice. Baseline jumper. That won't fall for Kayla Westby. And finally a basket at the Sidney end. I did not see who was able to score that one.
Schnell.
For Sidney, that's Jordan Schnell to make it 11-1. Stolen away by Sidney. They get it ahead on the run out. Kiera Schrader puts it up and in. And Tyson Hammond wants a timeout for his North Platte Bulldogs. 2:37 left here in the first quarter. 13-1. Sidney leads it on the West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2025 Western Conference Basketball Tournament on KNEB.TV is brought to you by Consumers Cooperative Federal Credit Union, Western Nebraska Regional Airport, Regional West, and Pipeworks Plumbing.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
And welcome back to Cougar Palace. We are giving that last basket that we gave to Jordan Schnell. We're taking that away from her, giving that to Kiera Schrader. So Kiera Schrader now with 4. Out of the timeout, North Platte on the inbounds pressure from Sidney. Josie Douglas picks up her dribble. She'll get it to Kaminsky. Kaminsky loses the handle. Loose ball picked up by Ryan Dillahay. And Dillahay fouled as they come up the floor by Abby Kaminsky.
With Tyler Shaw's style of coaching and his substitution patterns, that really allows them to, and with the amount of girls he plays, it lets them play a full court pressure defense without ever having to worry about players getting too tired.
Good ball movement by Sidney as they get into the corner to Kiera Schrader. Now back to Carly Black. She drives, dishes down low. Shot put up by Lily Weiser. That doesn't fall. And we'll have a foul, and that will put Lily Weiser at the free throw line. Kaminsky picks up 2 quick fouls here in this first quarter. Weiser's first free throw in and out. Lily Weiser, a 5'11" junior for Sidney. One more on the way. That one off the side iron, and it will go out of bounds. It will be North Platte ball as we near the 2-minute mark here in this first quarter. And the first girls semifinal game of the day here from Western Nebraska Community College. The inbound thrown away, picked up by Sidney. Can't be scored by Ryan Dillahay. And another official's whistle. And this will be on Sidney as everybody walks to the North Platte end.
21, Ryan Dillahay.
And foul on Ryan Dillahay. She's got 2 quick ones here in this first quarter. And Abby Kaminsky at the free throw line for the North Platte Bulldogs. First one made by Kaminsky as the line change comes in for Sidney. One more for Abby Kaminsky. That one on the way. That one falls through. And Abby Kaminsky with all 3 of North Platte's points as Sidney up by 10. Nice ball movement by Sidney as Rylan Misigatis off the assist from Taylor Springer. 15-3, Sidney. Pressure from the Red Raiders. Kaminsky brings it across, drives left side, puts up a shot, draws the foul on Zoe Christensen. And these line changes come about every 2 or 3 minutes for Sidney.
We mentioned Nesbitt came in on the first line change. She sat this second time around. It was Springer that came in instead of Nesbitt. And you said it, she had a nice feed to Misigatis on that basket.
Abby Kaminsky with all 4 of North Platte's points. They've all come from the line as she's gone 5 for 5 from the free throw line. That pulls North Platte to within 10. Jordan Schnell with it, cross-court pass. Weinbender 3, that's short. And the rebound run down in the corner. Can't be saved from going out of bounds as crashing into the water jug down the way from the North Platte bench was J.C. Burke.
You mentioned Weinbender. She had 8 points off the bench yesterday, including a pair of threes. We've got a couple of former boys head basketball coaches serving as assistant coaches in this one. Abby Kaminsky's dad, Matt, used to be the head boys coach at North Platte. And, of course, not a bad option if you need some advice if you're Tyler Shaw. Not that he needs much, but he's got former Sidney boys coach Eric Cole as an assistant over on the Sidney bench. So Coach Kaminsky and Coach Cole now just some laid-back assistants here on these girls' programs.
Glad not to be in charge of the whole program. They can sit back and watch as Burke ran into the water jug, as we said. A bunch of filled glasses of water sit on that table, and we've got water.
That's good work. That's good work by Danny O'Boyle.
Yeah, you know.
Good work.
Yeah. Looking.
If it spilled that far out.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think she hit the table that hard as she went into it, but we've got water clear across the court, so we've got that situation taken care of. And we're going to get back to action with 1:26 left here in this first quarter. Misigatis on the inbound. They work it quickly to Springer. Weinbender. Jordan Schnell, Weinbender. She'll take the 3, and she will drain the 3. Ashlyn Weinbender makes it 18-5. North Platte the other way. Burke kicks out Douglas for a 3. Josie Douglas gets her first points of the game. With Sidney by 10 as we count it down in the first quarter. Schnell, 3 ball on the way. That misses everything. Rylan Misigatis. And give it back to North Platte.
That bucket from the corner there from Douglas, that 3, the first basket from the floor in this quarter for North Platte.
First points by anybody not named Abby Kaminsky. And as the ball turned over.
Yeah, it's just an unforced error there by North Platte.
And Sidney will inbound at their offensive end. Lob in. Comes to Springer. She loses the handle on the ball. It's picked up by J.C. Burke. Burke drives down the left lane line but loses the handle on the ball. going just a little bit too fast trying to get to that basket. Some good defense by Sydney's Ryland Missigatis. 34 seconds left here in the first quarter. Pressure from North Platte. Schnell in the backcourt, and looking down court, she saw Taylor Springer, but overthrew Springer. And North Platte will get the ball back with 29 seconds left. Shot clock dark for the Bulldogs. Kaminsky brings it across, picked up by Schnell. Right side, picks up her dribble. Here's Josie Douglas. She'll pull it out, 17 seconds left. Burke picks up her dribble. They work it to Kaminsky, 9 seconds left. Kaminsky guarded by Schnell, lobs it down low. Nobody there for North Platte as Christensen comes away with it. Long down court pass to Weinbender. She can't get off a shot, and that will end the first quarter. At the end of one, Sidney leads North Platte by 10, 18-8 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2025 Western Conference Basketball Tournament on KNEB.TV is brought to you by Consumers Cooperative Federal Credit Union, Western Nebraska Regional Airport, Regional West, and Pipeworks Plumbing.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
Welcome back to Cougar Palace. On the TV side, Sidney on top, 18-8. And for the second quarter, here's Chris Cottrell.
Appreciate it, Jeff. 10-point lead for the Lady Raiders. They'll come out with their original starting lineup here with Black, Weiser, Dillahay, Schrader, and Kayla Westby. Kaminsky, Euling, Douglas, Burke, and also out there is Titus for North Platte. North Platte with just one basket from the floor, a three late in that first quarter. Sidney, good ball moving into the right corner. It comes back outside. Three-pointer on the way, left it short was Carly Black. Offensive rebound. The putback opportunity won't go for Kayla Westby. Abby Kaminsky looking to push here. Brings it across the midcourt stripe to Douglas, and she walked with it.
Second time Douglas has been called for traveling, just going just a little bit too fast, but North Platte wanting to get up the floor before Sidney can establish their pressure defense.
The 12th turnover of the game committed by North Platte. Dillahay gives it up, gets it right back from Schrader. High screen set by Kayla Westby. Open three-point look, it's on the way off the back heel of the iron. And Euling rebounds underneath, and another walk in the backcourt. This one called against Douglas again. Turnover number 13 for North Platte. Sidney will inbound. Near side of the floor. Dillahay wants some help. She'll throw the longer pass to Kiera Schrader. Schrader gets it from Westby. Top of the key, Westby gives it right back to Schrader. Looks like North Platte going zone here on this possession defensively. Lily Weiser. And right side three for Carly Black. Knocks that one down. Carly Black has 8 points so far in this one. Now another turnover committed by North Platte that results in a foul on the Bulldogs. That'll go against J.C. Burke, the sophomore. Checking into the game now is J.C. Fox, another sophomore. Again, they're without Kiki Williams, a 10.8 rebound per game player. So that's a major loss without the 5'10 junior being available. Dillahay catches right block, steps in, dumps it off underneath to Kiara Schrader, who uses the backboard. Soft touch off the square, and Schrader now has 6.
Nice position by Schrader that time to block off the defender and get the easy basket.
Kaminsky, bounce pass down low. Titus did not have her hands in position to receive that pass from Kaminsky. And just like that, already 4 turnovers in the first minute 44 of this second quarter for North Platte. Carly Black, some pressure now from North Platte. Sidney handles that easily. And then Weiser with the throwaway up top to Kaminsky. Abby Kaminsky takes it strong. We'll get a blocking foul called against, I believe, Carly Black. Yes, it'll be on Black.
Fouls on number 15, Carly Black, her second. Sidney's first.
Abby Kaminsky so far at this point in the game perfect from the free throw line.
Knocks down the first. Coach's kid shooting the free throws well. Probably should be no surprise there. Next on the way for Kaminsky. Off the heel of the iron. And Black rebounds. Long outlet pass to Weiser. Weiser with the one-hand delivery to Kayla Westby, who glides from the left side of the paint to the right and lays it up and in. First basket of the game for Kayla Westby. It is 25-9 right now. All Sidney here in the first girls semifinal. Winner of this one takes on either Scottsbluff or Gering tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock in the girls championship game. Kaminsky dribbles off the wing. Line drive shot off the front of the iron. 2-on-1 the other direction. Westby gives it up. It's Black, got deep, but still found an angle to get it up and in. Carly Black having a nice first half. She's got 10. The lead is 18 with 5:12 to play.
Excellent ball movement that time by Sidney. 2 passes, and Sidney's got points.
Sidney looking much better here in this one than they did yesterday, I thought, against Alliance. It was a very sloppy game yesterday.
5 substitutions in for
Another turnover. And now we'll get a timeout on the floor.
30-second timeout for North Platte.
We'll keep it right here. 30-second break in the action. Lady Raiders from Sidney High leading North Platte 27-9. Next up here at WNCC, it'll be Sidney and Alliance in the boys game, and I'm looking forward to that one. You've seen both. I haven't seen either of those boys teams yet this year, but you've seen both.
Sydney, I saw first game of the season. I should say I saw Alliance the first game of the season, and probably not the same Alliance team that we'll see here after this game. And of course, Sydney, they looked very good yesterday in their win in their first round game, and they looked good against Gering when those two teams met up at Gering. But it's going to be an interesting matchup, but probably a much improved Alliance team than from the first game of the season.
Yeah, and Alliance owns a win over Sidney this season. So, it should be a dandy for game number 3 in our second boys matchup of the day. Out of the timeout, Sidney basketball, 25 on the shot clock. Christensen with it in the corner. They'll skip the pass to the opposite corner. And now Reagan Nesbitt looks opposite side of the floor. Christensen, Springer, open 3. Left corner, would not drop. And North Platte controls. J.C. Fox will give it up to Abby Kaminsky with 4.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Boy, that is a tough offhand pass to make into traffic, and North Platte with their 16th turnover of the game. Reagan Nesbitt scoops it with the right hand, left it short. She tries to rip it away from Euling underneath. We've got a whistle, and the foul's going to go against Reagan Nesbitt.
First on her. But some good defense the last time at the North Platte end by Jordan Schnell to knock that ball away.
Double team near midcourt. Kaminsky comes to get it to save another North Platte turnover. Kaminsky, as Sidney looks to double team, Kaminsky will give it up to Euling out high. She likes to operate more in the low post area. She'll get rid of the ball and head down to the right block. Now a cutter. Through that time was Titus. Shot clock is under 10. We'll see if North Platte recognizes that. Jumper will not go for J.C. Fox. Ball goes out of bounds. And it'll stay with North Platte.
North Platte not having a lot of success beyond the arc. Only 1-3 from Josie Douglas.
That is their only basket of the game. They have 6 free throws from Abby Kaminsky, and Douglas with that right corner 3 in the first quarter. That is it so far for North Platte. Fox gives it to Douglas. Kaminsky now has it well behind the three-point line, right wing. She'll dribble middle of the floor. Douglas back to Kaminsky. Schnell did a good job closing out in a hurry. Schnell gets a deflection and comes up with the steal.
Second one of those from Jordan Schnell.
Taylor Springer to Weinbender. Schnell. Nesbitt at the high post. Instead, Springer behind the college three-point line here at Cougar Palace. Picks up her dribble. Near giveaway, but Weinbender able to pick it up. Shot clock at 10. Shots away. It won't go for Springer. She will not hesitate if she's got to look at the rim to let it fly. 2:45 to play in the first half. Sidney in front, 27-9. 5 subs coming at the next dead ball for the Lady Raiders as they look to put the hammer down here, and they force another North Platte turnover. That is 18 first half turnovers for North Platte. Christensen, nice delivery from out near midcourt from Jordan Schnell.
Christensen just a little bit too far underneath.
Hit her right on target, but Fox whistled for the foul.
North Platte second.
And that'll send Zoe Christensen to the line. Off the mark on the first. She had 3 points yesterday in the win over Alliance. There's consolation games being played at Scottsbluff and Gehring. Those just underway. 2 games each location at 4 and 5:30. Pair of misses at the line for Christensen. Up the floor quickly, and we'll get a whistle and a foul on Sidney.
That one on Kiara Schrader.
Foul on number 12.
Line changes come about every 3 minutes for Sidney. Last group came in about the 5-minute mark, and the first group came back in at about almost the 2-minute mark.
Into the game for Sidney.
Fox can't find the range on the first. J.C. Fox, a 5'8" sophomore. High arcing free throw attempt. And that went well short. And Sidney will inbound after the miss. Kaminsky is knocked down 6 of 8 at the line. Fox now 0 for 2. So they are 6 for 10. Kiara Schrader will put up the tray. Airmailed that. A volleyball type dig right there to keep the ball alive for Kayla Westby, and it's Kiara Schrader eventually converting offensively with the bucket. Schrader's got 4 baskets, 8 points, and a blocking foul is going to go against Sidney's Carly Black in the backcourt.
It's a good description of that save coming on the inbound. Is he just kind of made a fist and popped it back inbounds.
How about the volleyball news this week in the great state of Nebraska?
And it happened very quickly. I mean, they
20 minutes between press releases.
Announced the retirement and then announced the new coach.
They were both in attendance last night at the men's basketball game as Sidney turns it over. That's 8 in the quarter, and Ryan Dillahay makes him pay with the layup on the offensive end for Sidney, and the lead now is 31-9, still just 1 basket from the floor. We've got a steal. Weiser takes it away. Westby can't knock down about an 8-footer. Dillahay going to be called for the travel. That is just turnover number 7 committed by the Lady Raiders.
Now Sidney's going to drop back the pressure.
We're under 90 seconds to play here in the first half. Rylan Misigatis will pick up Abby Kaminsky. Misigatis reaches in, gets a deflection, and another steal for Sidney. Ryan Dillahay picks up her dribble. Coming up on 1 minute to play. Schrader with the bounce pass. Nice cut to the rim by Westby, and a nice feed from Weiser, but Kayla Westby could not score it. And here comes North Platte. Josie Douglas has the lone basket. Now she's got both baskets from the field as Douglas has her second three. And with 45 seconds to play in the half, it's a 31-12 lead for Sidney. Schrader. North Platte goes zone. Misigatis looks opposite, finds Dillahay. Ryan Dillahay converts from behind the arc. She's got 7 points in the half. That pushes the lead back to 22 points for Tyler Shaw's crew. Douglas gives it up. Now Fox on the catch is Ava Franzen, a 5'8 junior. Kaminsky on the perimeter left side picks up her dribble. And the ball knocked out of her hands. Douglas runs it down. Franzen had her shot blocked, but there's going to be a whistle and a foul, and that'll go on Kiara Schrader with 4 seconds to play in the first half.
Good defense there by Schrader, just kind of reached in just a little bit, had both hands up trying to block that shot from Franzen.
So Franzen at the stripe, rims out on her.
Into the Lady Raiders, Jordan Schnell. In for the Bulldogs, Casey Burke.
Schnell, Weiser, Misigatis, Westby, and Dillahay as Franzen misses both. Weiser the rebound, 2 seconds to play. Half-court heave from Kayla Westby, dead on but short. And the horn sounds at halftime. It is Sidney leading it over North Platte in our girls game, 34-12 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2025 Western Conference Basketball Tournament on KNEB.TV is brought to you by Consumers Cooperative Federal Credit Union, Western Nebraska Regional Airport, Regional West, and Pipeworks Plumbing.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank.
You deserve to have a building that will last for generations. With more than 110 years of experience and thousands of satisfied customers, Morton Buildings is the industry leader you can trust. If you're planning for a garage, farm shop, horse barn, storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, there's no better time to buy. Contact your local Morton sales office or visit mortonbuildings.com to get started today.
This isn't just a beautiful hospital. It's the home to exceptional patient care. This is where specialty clinics meet your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. This is us. Box Butte General Hospital. Great things are happening here.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
Halftime here in a girls semifinal game at WNCC's Cougar Palace with the Sidney Lady Raiders in complete control right now, leading North Platte 34-12. Jeff Cottrell, that's my brother. You're Jeff Kelly. I'm Chris Cottrell here. Got it all confused there somehow for a moment. Next to Jeff Kelly here as we visit with you at halftime on our KNEB.TV platforms, Allo Channel 15, Mobius Channel 1500, and of course on our YouTube channel as well. Sidney looking much more locked in compared to their blowout win here yesterday over Alliance, and you pretty much always know what you're going to get from Sidney under Tyler Shaw. They're going to play very hard, they're going to play a lot of girls, and they're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, and how nice does that have to be to play for Sidney? You know if you maybe he's going to put 5 in, take 5 out, so you're going to get plenty of playing time under Tyler Shaw, and it doesn't really make a difference. There's not a drop-off from the first 5 to the second 5, so, they've just been one of those things that we've seen from Tyler Shaw's teams throughout the years. He may not have quite the talent he's had in the past few years, but right now firmly in control over North Platte.
And it's got to lead to some very competitive practices when you're on that roster. And if you work hard and practice, your chances to play go up. And like you said, everybody knows they're going to get in the game for Sidney. For North Platte, it's been a very big-time struggle here offensively. Just 2 baskets in the first half, both from distance from Josie Douglas. They've got 6 points at the line from Abby Kaminsky. They're a little bit short-handed. Kiki Williams not available. I believe Chloe Hanneborg, a freshman that would play as well. She's not in action today, so short-handed, and it's showing against Sidney.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at what they've done on the offensive side, only 2 players scoring in the first half, and Hanneborg, there's been quite a few Hanneborgs that have come through the North Platte program, and they've been very good. And I think we saw Kiki Williams last year, and she really did some good things for North Platte when Gehring and Scottsbluff go down that way to play McCook and North Platte. Of course, they'll be coming out this way this year, but she was very impressive last year for North Platte.
Yeah, athletic, rebounded the ball well. Even if the shot wasn't going, she'd go grab her own miss and get a little bit closer and maybe lay it in. So even if you're not the most skilled or offensively talented player at this high school level, an athlete like that can really make a big difference. If you have her or if you're not, it really shows.
Yeah, and of course, as you say, with her not being in the game, they've kind of had to piece a lineup together. Abby Kaminsky, I think, another player that's been in this North Platte program for a few years. She's doing everything she can in this first half, has done a good job from the free throw line as she hit 6 out of 7, but only 2 other field goals from North Platte, from Josie Douglas from beyond the arc.
For Sidney right now, they've had 7 different players score. Carly Black leads everybody with 10. Kara Schrader with 8. Ryan Dillahay's got 7. Ashlyn Weinbender off the bench with 3. Missa Gatus and Christensen off the bench. They've got 2 each. And Kayla Westby with 2 points as well. Mentioned 6 each for Douglas and Kaminsky on the North Platte side. Earlier today in Game 1, a boys semifinal, Scottsbluff. It was all Bearcats as they beat Gehring by the score of 73-39. We'll step away. Halftime score here from Game 2. Girls semifinal. It's all Sidney. They lead North Platte 34-12 here on the Rural Radio Network.
Coverage of the 2025 Western Conference Basketball Tournament on KNEB.TV is brought to you by Consumers Cooperative Federal Credit Union, Western Nebraska Regional Airport, Regional West, and Pipeworks Plumbing.
This isn't just a beautiful hospital. It's the home to exceptional patient care. This is where specialty clinics meet your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. This is us. Fox Butte General Hospital. Great things are happening here.
Tired of feeling stuck? Not sure if you are on the right track? Platte Valley Bank can help keep your finances moving forward with checking account options to fit your lifestyle and an online account chooser to make finding the right account easy. Control your financial future with helpful budgeting tools and automatic savings plans. Now is the time to enjoy the ride with Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
Just about set for the start of the second half. We've got action between Sidney and North Platte here in the first girls semifinal for your Friday. 4 games total here at Cougar Palace. The Scottsbluff boys with a win over Gehring earlier. Sidney well on their way to a win over North Platte. We'll have Sidney and Alliance in a boys matchup, and then we'll close the night out with what should be an exciting girls game between Scottsbluff and Gehring. Jeff, I'll turn it over to you for the start of the third quarter.
All right, as we get things underway, Sidney on top 34-12. As North Platte will send out Burke, Douglas, Ewing, Kaminsky, and Titus, same starting 5. And for Sidney, it will be Schrader, Black, Dillahay, Westby, and Weiser. Runner in the paint, and that falls through for North Platte's J.C. Burke. So she gets into the scorebook. But it's still a 20-point Sidney lead. Here's a 3-ball from Carly Black that won't fall. North Platte with it ahead to Kaminsky. She drives right side, and the layup falls for Kaminsky. And Lily, check that Westby just a little bit slow getting off the floor. She's got a brace on that right knee. Got up a little bit slow there.
Tyler Shaw will not mess around with his senior guard, Kayla Westby. Ashlyn Weinbender checks in immediately. When you're up by 18 points, get Westby to the bench and make sure she's good to go.
Sidney with it. Bounce pass down low. Driving baseline is Kiera Schrader. She lays it up and in and draws the foul. And Schrader will go to the free throw line. I didn't see what happened to Kayla Westby. I don't know if she got tangled up on that rebound or the action at the North Platte end.
Well, when Kaminsky drove it, Titus really just kind of walled off the defender, who was Westby, and they both went to the floor, and I think she just kind of got that knee tangled a little bit.
Second free throw, the free throw doesn't fall, and Kaminsky comes the other way for North Platte. The ball's loose on the floor. And jump ball, possession. Arrow pointing Sidney's way. And the Lady Raiders will have it. 36-16, it's a 20-point Sidney advantage. Driving, Dillahay cut off there to Black, drives into the paint. That doesn't fall. North Platte doing a better job on the boards as Euling comes out of there with the rebound. Kaminsky gets it ahead to Douglas. Douglas, she's hit 2 threes in the first half. Kaminsky, she puts it on the deck, drives, and she'll lose the handle. Foul called. And the foul on Sidney's Kara Schrader. And here comes the line change for the Lady Raiders.
Sidney's first.
As those 5 go off, 5 come on. And North Platte on the inbound. Kicked out of bounds. We'll try it one more time. Kaminsky to trigger it in. For Sidney, gets it into Douglas. Douglas with it. She'll bring it top of the key, looking, finds Kaminsky. Kaminsky looking inside, not there. Back to Douglas. Douglas puts it on the deck, puts up a shot in the paint. That won't go. Rebound tipped around. It goes out of bounds, but it's saved. And here comes Reagan Nesbitt for Sidney. Finds Rylan Missigatis. She puts up a shot that won't fall. Rebound knocked away, loose on the floor. Good hustle from Sidney. Jordan Schnell with it. 3 ball on the way. That one off the mark from Missigatis. And North Platte down with it. Douglas, one-hand pass ahead. That goes to Burke. Burke down low. Titus, she puts it up against Zoe Christensen. And Christensen commits the foul. That will put Katie Titus at the free throw line. Titus, a 5'8" junior.
Number 22, Kayla Springer, her first.
Be on Springer. Burke, her first trip to the free throw line.
At the free throw line for North Platte.
Looking for her first points of the contest. Only 2 players in the scorebook in the first half for North Platte. Titus splits the pair. She gets into the scorebook. Make it 36-17. Schnell drives right side. Looking down low for Reagan Nesbitt, but the pass out of bounds. Now we'll give it right back to the Bulldogs. Full court pressure from Sidney. They get it ahead. Titus. Titus loses the handle, loose ball. Schnell there to pick it up. Sidney comes the other way. Schnell, right side. Quickly inside to Taylor Springer. They work it back outside. 3 ball from Missigatis won't fall. Long rebound. Run down by Springer inside to Missigatis. Her layup won't go. Here comes North Platte with it. Kaminsky gets it ahead. Josie Douglas with it. Back to Kaminsky. She'll take a 3. That's off high off the back iron. The rebound in control of Sidney. Jordan Schnell gets it ahead. Down low, Reagan Nesbitt all alone. And Nesbitt lays it up and in.
Reagan Nesbitt.
38-17. Pressure from Sidney as Kaminsky loses the handle. Double team there from Schnell and Nesbitt.
Well, that last possession for North Platte, that 3-point attempt from Kaminsky, I believe that's her first outside shot attempt of the game. She's had a few drives, and of course she's gotten to the line, but credit Sidney for closing off those outside shots for Kaminsky. She had 34 points last night.
Starting 5 back in there. Good to see Kayla Westby back in there. She's got it. She'll take a 3 ball from the college 3-point line. And Kayla Westby drains that one. Sidney lead grows 41-17 here midway through the 3rd quarter. Josie Douglas right wing with it. She'll bring it top of the key. Find Kaminsky. Here's Euling as they work it to Douglas. Douglas drives left side. The runner falls through for Josie Douglas, the 5'8" sophomore, with 8 points on the North Platte side. North Platte still trails 41-19. Carly Black drives left side. That shot goes off the glass for the 5'6" senior, Carly Black.
Carly Black.
Sidney firmly in control. Burke with it, drives in the paint, loses the handle, falls to the floor. Sidney comes away with the loose ball. Dillahay looking ahead, trying to find Lily Weiser. That pass picked off by the Bulldogs. Get it ahead to Burke. Burke left side with it, cut off, back outside. Douglas for three. That doesn't fall. Sidney will come the other way with 3:12 left here in the third quarter. Westby gives it up to Dillahay, and Dillahay fouled by, I believe it was J.C. Burke. It will be on J.C. Burke. And we've got a timeout on the floor, a full timeout taken by North Platte. We'll take it with them. 43-19 Sidney on the West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2025 Western Conference Basketball Tournament on KNEB.TV is brought to you by Consumers Cooperative Federal Credit Union, Western Nebraska Regional Airport, Regional West, and Pipeworks Plumbing.
To have a building that will last for generations. With more than 110 years of experience and thousands of satisfied customers, Morton Buildings is the industry leader you can trust. If you're planning for a garage, farm shop, horse barn, storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, there's no better time to buy. Contact your local Morton sales office or visit mortonbuildings.com to get started today.
Welcome back to Cougar Palace alongside Chris Cottrell. I'm Jeff Kelly. Sidney firmly in control. They've been in control pretty much from the opening tap in this one. Trying to move on to tomorrow's girls championship game, where they will take on the winner of Gehring and Scotts Bluff. That will be the final girls game and the final game of the day here on day 2 of this Western Conference tournament. On the inbounds play, Kiera Schrader loses her balance and goes to the floor, and the turnover will give the ball back to North Platte.
10th turnover in the game for Sidney, but on the other side, North Platte, they've given it away 24 times unofficially.
Douglas looking for somebody to give it up to. Finally finds Kaminsky. Kaminsky splits defenders, drives to the basket. She'll draw the foul. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. And it looks like the foul on Kiera Schrader. That'll be the 4th on Schrader. So Schrader in foul trouble here in the third quarter for the Lady Raiders. Kaminsky misses at the first free throw line. Reagan Nesbitt will quickly come in for Kiera Schrader. One more free throw for Abby Kaminsky. She went 6 out of 7 in the first quarter. First half, I should say, and she splits the pair there. She's got 7. All have come from the free throw line. 43-20. Lady Raiders. Dillahay gets it top of the key. Westby holds the ball above her head. Looking. Back to Dillahay on the right wing. Dump it inside Nesbitt. Carly Black with it. One hand cross-court pass. North Platte got in the way of that one. Burke picking that one off. And Douglas will bring it across. Euling with it. Here's Burke trying to get it back to Euling. Pass knocked loose on the floor. Sidney comes away with it. As we near the 2-minute mark here in this third quarter. Ryan Dillahay drives down the lane. Nobody stopped her. Did everything but make the shot. Ball goes almost out of bounds. Douglas saves him from going out of bounds. A pass by Dillahay tipped. And as the teams come up the floor, we've got a whistle and a foul.
Foul on number 15, Carly Black.
And that'll be the 3rd on, check that, the 4th on Carly Black. So Black and Schrader with 4 fouls for Sidney. 23-point Sidney lead. Douglas once again called for traveling. I believe that's the third time she's turned the ball over on a traveling call. And the ball will go back to Sidney. Westby gets it to Nesbitt. Dillahay puts it on the deck, drives. The runner doesn't fall. As Euling comes out of there with it, she'll get it ahead to Burke. Burke into the paint, throws up the off-balance shot. And Burke will go to the free throw line.
Ryan Dillahay still down on the floor here after that missed shot attempt. And she's going to hobble off. So Sidney's had 3 different players get banged up in this quarter alone. Westby, Schrader, and now Dillahay. And looks like Dillahay might be the worst of the 3, the way she's definitely feeling some pain over there, and that would be a major loss, such a heady player if you're thinking ahead to tomorrow's championship game.
Yeah, not putting a lot of weight on that left leg for Dillahay. Burke at the free throw line. She's going to try and walk it off. She walks towards the locker room. One more for Burke. That one off the mark. Nesbitt with the rebound. Jordan Schnell quickly up the floor. Here's Westby. Springer. Springer working in, look inside for Nesbitt. Tries to kick it out. That pass tipped. Schnell has to run down the errant pass. Westby, 3 ball. That one won't go, but the offensive rebound put back there by Reagan Nesbitt.
I tell you, every time Nesbitt gets on the floor, she makes something positive happen for the team.
3 ball from Burke. That's too strong. Ball will stay at the North Platte end with 49 seconds left. And coming into the North Platte lineup, it'll be J.C. Fox, a 5'8" sophomore. Baseline inbound for North Platte. Lob comes clear out on top. Fox with it. Kaminsky drives left side. Off balance shot won't go. Phoenix Brown with the rebound, and there's a 3. 45-23. As we count it down in the third quarter.
Third 3 of the game for Douglas.
She's got 11 in the game. Nesbitt down low, she'll kick it out. Schnell with the pull-up jumper, that won't fall. There's Nesbitt. The offensive rebound, the putback won't fall, but Nesbitt will go to the free throw line. Tyler Shaw went down clear to the end of the Sidney bench, kind of looking at the doors where Dillahay went out, seeing if she was in the vicinity. She's not. Nesbitt's first free throw off the mark. One more for the 5'11" sophomore Nesbitt. That one falls through. Shot clock dark, 13 seconds. Douglas on the dribble drive, right side. Shot partially blocked, no foul called, but the ball goes out of bounds. I think Douglas a little frustrated looking for the foul on that last drive to the basket.
Effort play there made by North Platte's J.C. Fox.
Toss in. The shot by Franzen blocked, and Sidney will come the other way. See, they won't get a shot off before the buzzer sounds, and that ends the third quarter. At the end of 3, Sidney in control, 46-23 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Coverage of the 2025 Western Conference Basketball Tournament on KNEB.TV is brought to you by Consumers Cooperative Federal Credit Union, Western Nebraska Regional Airport, Regional West, and Pipeworks Plumbing.
Your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
Come back to Cougar Palace, 46-23 as we go to the fourth quarter. And to take you home in this one is Chris Cottrell.
23-point margin. Sidney doubling up North Platte here. Semifinal game number 2 of the day. First for the girls bracket, and the Scottsbluff boys winning comfortably earlier over rival Gering. It'll be Abby Kaminsky inbounding for North Platte. Rylan Misigatis will defend the inbounds pass. It comes into Douglas. Douglas has 3 3-point baskets, the only 3 3-point makes today for North Platte. Euling to Kaminsky in the corner. Euling goes to set a screen. Dribbling off that screen into the paint is Kaminsky, and she'll roll it over the front of the iron and in for the basket. Abby Kaminsky now with 11 points in the ball game. Lead is 21 for the Lady Raiders. Misigatis to Schnell. Weinbender's on the right wing. She'll catch it against the zone. That's going up. And Ashlyn Weinbender. There's Kayla Westby with that punch back out to save the possession. Unable to knock down the mid-range jumper. Ball loose near side of the floor. Picking it up is Kaminsky. And here comes Ryan Dillahay back to the Sidney bench. We'll see if she'll be needed. You might want to get her in there just to test it a little bit. Shot comes up short for Douglas, and Westby head up on the outlet pass to Schnell. Nice look to the right block on the bounce to Misigatis. She's fouled on the shot, and free throws coming for Rylan Misigatis, the 5'9 sophomore who scored 2 points so far today.
Dillahay limping just a little bit as she came back to the Sidney bench. Moved from the end of the bench to about 4 seats closer. As you said, it probably would be good to get her in here and see how effective she's going to be down the stretch here with this big lead by the Lady Raiders.
We've played just over a minute as Misigatis connects at the foul line. Early stages of the fourth quarter. Tyler Shaw taking a look at all the options he's got on the bench. Westby, the lone starter on the floor right now for Sidney. And we're going to have a moving screen off the ball that time. Foul's going to go against Addison Euling, a 6-foot senior, Jeff, and she hasn't been much of an offensive threat here today for North Platte.
No.
Has not scored.
No, scoreless in the game so far. As we said, most of the scoring came from 2 people in that first half.
If she gets a clean look, Weinbender's going to put it up. Offensive rebound off the Ashlyn Weinbender 3-point attempt. And Kayla Westby now with 7.
Kayla Westby.
That pushes the lead to 24 points, 49-25. High arcing 3 off, kind of hit the backboard and the back of the iron all at the same time there for Katie Titus. Weinbender operating along the right baseline. We've got a whistle and a foul. This will go against North Platte. And that's going to go against Josie Douglas.
Josie Douglas, her second.
Second personal on Douglas, and that'll send Weinbender to the free throw line. Ashlyn Weinbender scored 8 off the bench last night. She's got 3 so far today. Give her 4 with that make at the stripe. And a double up on our scoreboard right now. Sidney in front, 50-25.
Ryan Dillahay at the scorer's table. I think she's going to come in for Ashlyn Weinbender.
Schrader's back in. Carly Black.
Into the game for Sidney. Ryan Dillahay. Timeout, Sidney. It's a 30-second timeout.
So we've got a timeout on the floor. 6:04 to go in the ball game. After this one, still 2 more to go here this evening at Cougar Palace. Sidney and Alliance boys up next, and after that, for the nightcap, it'll be the Scottsbluff and Gering girls. Ashlyn Weinbender did hit both of those foul shots. She's got 5 points in the game. And Sidney leading it right now, 51-25. North Platte will drop into a third place game tomorrow against the loser of the Scottsbluff-Gehring matchup. Sidney will await the winner. And the Scottsbluff boys have already worked their way into the championship game tomorrow afternoon. Game times tomorrow will start at 11, 12:30, 2, and 3:30. Tentatively planning for those start times. We go under 6 minutes to play in the game. Euling gives it up to Kaminsky. Kaminsky on the bounce. Now Josie Douglas to the left elbow. Got a little bit deeper, but there's the fourth walking call against Josie Douglas. And I've got North Platte right now unofficially with 27 turnovers here in this semifinal game. Sidney with Weinbender, Dillahay's back in, Black, Schrader, and Christensen. North Platte going zone. The baseline runner that time was Christensen. She got it, gave it to Dillahay, and that shot a little bit short. She seems to be moving okay.
Well, she kind of went off one leg on that shot attempt that time.
Kaminsky to Euling. They'll move it to the right side perimeter. Titus. Burke. High screen set by Euling. Ball deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with North Platte with 5:03 to play. Josie Douglas inbounding and right in front of the North Platte bench area. Euling on the catch. Euling, couple of dribbles, gives to Kaminsky. 5 seconds, now 3 on the shot clock, and that'll be a shot clock violation against North Platte.
I think that's the first shot clock violation we've had in this game, but North Platte just not aware of where the shot clock was on that possession.
I'm not sure their bench was aware either.
No.
No one was hollering it out to anyone on the floor. Schrader, Christensen, nice give underneath to Dillahay. They move the ball well against the zone these last few trips, and Dillahay will head to the foul line.
North Platte's fourth. At the free throw line for Sidney, Ryan Dillahay.
And Dillahay off the mark on the free throw attempt. She's got 7 points. That was her first free throw of the ball game. Second one coming up. Kaminsky heads to the bench, as does Euling. For North Platte, Dillahay leaves that one short. Offensive rebound, well, never controlled it, and eventually fumbled away out of bounds. It'll go to North Platte with 4:37 to play in the game. When this one's over, we'll recap things quickly. We'll take a little bit of a breather, and then we'll come back a couple of minutes before tip-off for the Sidney and Alliance boys game. Shooting foul's going to go against Zoe Christensen of Sidney. Second personal on Christensen.
Titus her second trip to the free throw line, and the second line comes in for Sidney, and Ryan Dillahay will go out.
Schnell, Springer, Missigatis, Nesbitt, and Weinbender. We'll see if this is the group that plays out the final 4.5 minutes. For Titus, 2 misses. She's 1 for 4 at the line. Schnell dribbles across the midcourt stripe. Schnell, look left, passes right to Weinbender. 2-3 zone from North Platte. They get it middle of the floor, and that barely touched the front of the iron. Off the missed shot in the paint. I believe that was Springer with the miss, and North Platte has it with now 4 minutes to play in the game. Burke gave it up. Now Fox has it. Springer defends. 10 on the shot clock. They enter it down low to Ava Franzen. It comes out. Fox will shoot the deep 3. That comes up short and out of bounds. It'll go to Sidney with 3:44 to play. We've been stuck on this score, 51-25, it seems like, for a little while now. Sidney was up 10 at the end of the first quarter. They led by 22 at halftime, and it was 46-23, a 23-point margin after 3. Springer in the paint again. That one's short. And here comes North Platte. And Douglas wears number 5, and now a 5th travel.
Phoenix Brown.
Phoenix Brown, the freshman, back onto the floor. On the catch near side. North Platte stays zone. Weinbender back to Schnell. Misigatis on the catch. Weinbender right wing wants it. She'll get it from Schnell. Back up top. They'll enter it middle of the floor. Springer, third time not a charm, but there's Nesbitt. Nice put back with the left hand on the left side. And Reagan Nesbitt now with 7 points, all in the second half. 53-25. She's just a sophomore, 5'11 sophomore Reagan Nesbitt. A near throwaway. Fox had to lean out of bounds, throw it back in to keep the play alive, and fired it off a Sidney defender. It'll stay with North Platte. 2:48 to play in the game. 53-25. It's been all Lady Raiders here in this girls semifinal game. Phoenix Brown, strong take to the bucket with the left hand. And she'll finish and now have a chance for a 3-point play.
Hayden Hansen's checked into the North Platte lineup.
Basket's good for Phoenix Brown at the line of 2-1.
Second foul on Reagan Nesbitt. And Brown knocks down the free throw attempt. She converts the old school 3-point play. It's 53-28. Sidney will move to 14-4 when this one's over. Springer back up top to Schnell. Rylan Misigatis hoists the 3. That one rims out, and the rebound to Fox, and a reach-in foul is going to go against Reagan Nesbitt.
I thought Reagan Nesbitt had that knocked away cleanly.
So did she.
Sidney's done a good job against the North Platte zone, moving the ball quickly. They've gotten some good looks at the basket, just haven't been able to convert until that last possession they had when they got it inside to Reagan Nesbitt.
North Platte basketball. We're under 2.5 minutes to play in the game. 2 more still to come here from Cougar Palace. Fox picks up the dribble. It's Ava Franzen. The jump shot behind the foul line would not go. Schnell head up on the push, far side of the floor. Bounce pass, and it winds up in Springer's hands, but she's got some long arms. Missed the shot. Nesbitt missed, and then we're going to get an offensive foul as Nesbitt making contact with the North Platte defender who had good box out position. Fourth team foul on Sidney. 4th personal on Nesbitt. And Christensen will check in as Taylor Schnell heads to the bench. (53-28) with 1:55 to play. Missed shot from up top. We've got some late game substitutions now for North Platte. Ariadne Reyna has checked in, also into the game. Mentioned Phoenix Brown, Ava Franzen. Weinbender sinks one from behind the line. Ashlyn Weinbender with her 4-3 of the Western Conference Tournament, had 2 last night. She's now got 8 points in the game. And here comes Sidney quickly off the miss. Outlet pass is going to be deflected away out of bounds by Franzen of North Platte. It'll stay with Sidney with 1:09 to play in the game. They are up by 28, 56-28 our score. Weinbender again. 8 in the quarter, 11 in the ball game. 59-28. We go under 1 minute to play here in the ball game. Another late substitution here for North Platte. Hayden Hansen, a 5'6" freshman. Was that Springer or Missigatis? Okay, Missigatis.
Whoops, he said Springer. I swear it was 25.
25 seconds to play.
Tyler Shaw calling out no fouls from the Sidney sideline.
Springer reaching in, and it'll be a walking violation called against North Platte. 30th turnover for the Lady Bulldogs, and that will do it here for this one. Sidney will win it 61-28. We'll keep it right here as the final horn is going to sound momentarily. We'll recap things for you.
Your final score,
Sidney advances to the girls' championship game where they'll play either Gering or Scottsbluff coming up tomorrow afternoon with a scheduled start time of 2 o'clock. Final score 61-28. Your scoring recap for North Platte. Abby Kaminsky and Josie Douglas both finished with 11. 3 points for Phoenix Brown. J.C. Burke with a deuce. And Katie Titus finished with 1 point. For Sidney, we'll just go right down the line. Kayla Westby with 7. Ryan Dillahay, that same number. Kiera Schrader had double digits with 10. Carly Black also in double figures. She had 12 points in the victory. Reagan Nesbitt off the bench with 7. Ashlyn Weinbender, 3 3-point makes, and she finishes with 11 points. Taylor Springer with 2. 3 in the game for Ryland Missigatis, and Zoe Christensen finished with 2 points as well. So Sidney with 2 in double figures, Black with 12, Schrader with 10. Again, your final score 61-28 as the Alliance and Sidney boys will start pregame warm-ups for our third game of the day. We'll step away here for just a little bit and be back a few minutes before tip-off.
Coverage of the 2025 Western Conference Basketball Tournament on KNEB.TV is brought to you by Consumers Cooperative Federal Credit Union, Western Nebraska Regional Airport, Regional West, and Pipeworks Plumbing.